scene switched up right here. Oops, not that one, not that one. That's the wrong scene. There we go, we're in. Alright guys, hello and welcome to the group stage of War is Coming between OCC and, I almost said that's Amore, but no, that's Dreamers. Dreamers, ZZ, whatever you want to call them. Zzz. It's currently 1-0 to ZZ, the Dreamers team, and game number 2 is going to be on Ancient Lake, and I hope this one is going to be interesting because, man, I hate this map, and I'm not gonna try and dress it up and put it in a fancy suit, but I just think this map is crap, and I don't know. I can understand that it makes sense to have a pure water map. What is it, scouting? I can understand it makes sense to have a pure water map because that it's the only pure water map in the 5-game set. But this, no. Anyway, whatever. We'll get on with it, and I kind of hope that OCC are going to make this game interesting because they made that last game really fun, and it was certainly very enjoyable to watch them play in that early Castle Age. So who knows? Maybe one of these teams will take some inspiration from the Czech team that did that forced scout landing in the feudal age, and we'll see what happens, I guess. But let's be positive and let's stay positive. Up to the north of the map, in the red for ZZ, we've got Gary playing as the Vikings. In the pocket position for Patton in the yellow, we've got Patton playing as the Mongols. What? Oh, gosh. For ZZ, we've got Patton in the yellow playing as the Mongols. In the other pocket position, we've got Aphrodita in the purple playing as the Saracens. And down to the very south of the map, in the blue, we have Nikov playing as the Huns. So that's Team ZZ over to the right of the map. And up to the left side of the map, the northwest of the map, in the grey, we've got OCC Flushing playing as the Persians in the grey up there. In the pocket position for OCC, we've got Zhao Zhu in the orange playing as the Mayans. In that other pocket position, we've got Nozuo Nodi playing in the teal as the Huns. And on the flank for the OCC team, we have Hey Kaman playing as the Vikings in the green. So yes, I heard your cry for faster speed in the early game, and I've increased the speed of the recorded game while the first few minutes pass by, because we know what's going to happen. Everyone's going to do the exact same thing. They're all going to put up a dock, they're all going to make 3 to 4 fishing ships, and they'll all click up to feudal in roughly the same time. There may be a few mistakes, like misclicks from flushing and taking the sheep, because villagers are stupid, but you never know what might happen in the feudal age, and once we get to that point, we'll slow things down again, and we'll resume from there. So, yeah, like I said, this is really kind of a little bit of a boring map to me because it is a one-unit war. Sometimes we've seen players actually vary it up a bit and make some fire ships or some other things like that, but it just doesn't work because the game is a little imbalanced when it comes to the water, and only galleys seem to be effective, and if you try and make demolition ships or fire ships, it just doesn't work, unfortunately. So anyway, feudal age is going to be incoming any minute now. In fact, there we go. The first person is already up. Is it the Mongol player? Yes, it is. Patton's up to feudal now. Of course, playing as the Mongols gives you that early game advantage. 21 population up to feudal, not bad. The other person up to feudal, Nikov, he's going up and he's playing as the Huns, obviously another water civ there. Zhao Zhu playing as the Mayans even, going up now to feudal as well. And Mayans are an interesting civ choice, actually, because, I mean, if you have a look at the other team, they have no Mayans. In fact, OCC, Mayans and Persians, Huns and Vikings, that's weird to me. I mean, most of the civs we've seen on this map so far, they've all been kind of, pure water civs, like the Japanese, the Mongols, the Huns, the Vikings, of course. So, I mean, ZZ, Vikings, Huns, Saracens for their faster speed, galley firing speed, Mongols for their faster feudal time for the earlier aggression. But OCC going for Persians and Mayans, it seems very odd to me. I mean, the Persians, just you wouldn't really expect to see them in water wars, I guess. I mean, if you have a look at the Persian tech tree, there's not really anything there for them. that's going to particularly help them out here. I mean, they start with a bit of extra wood and food, but I mean, it's not like they're getting any bonuses on the water like these other civs will. I guess for the Mayans, they simply just have a great eco because their resources last longer, so they manage to get a lot more food off of these boar and stuff. But at the same time, that's not really going to help them out purely on the water. It's not like the Vikings that have a pure water bonus. So I'm interested to see why OCC chose those civs. I don't know if there's a particular reason behind it, but I definitely wouldn't have expected to see the Persians in this match. There are better civs you can choose for a pure water map like this, and I guess we'll wait and see. Obviously, everybody so far going for a galley rush build, and that is basically everything to wood, 4 villagers to gold, 5th villager to gold a little later on, and then do fletching as fast as you can without compromising villager production. That pretty much sums up the galley rush build in a nutshell, but obviously it's all about that feudal age time, and in the south of the map, hey, come on, losing a couple of fishing ships, it would seem, already to those galleys. Nikov here coming straight in, gonna get a couple of ships, no problem at all for him. And at the north, Gary not able to do damage to Flushing's eco yet, but Flushing getting a couple of ships out, moving them to the wrong place, so now he's gonna have to move back and protect his ships. Elga Sprell just donated $10. Thanks, man. Thanks for many hours of entertainment. Hoping for more diplomacy games in the future. Greetings from Norway. Greetings to you too from the old England place that I'm in at the moment. Thank you for your donation, man. Much appreciated. And yeah, I actually love the diplomacy games. They're one of the most fun setups of games I think I've ever played. So I definitely will be planning to do more of those in the future. So thank you very much for your support and your generous donation. So up in the north of the map then, Gary is looking pretty good with Patton by his side. These guys 2v1 against Flushing here. And if we have a look at the dock locations for OCC, the pocket players both are very close together. What? Wait a minute. Why is Nozo Onodi only just going to build his second dock? Wait, what? Hang on. He's building a transport ship. Alright, this is good. I knew OCC would be up to something. I knew it. Yar, Nozo Onodi be up to no good. He's sending his transport across the map, but he's going to be intercepted by Aphrodite. Dude, what are you doing? Don't go that way. Get away from the fishing ships. My goodness me. He nearly got sunk. He's got to be very careful. He's going to navigate his way across this lake, through these waters, and he's going to have a tough time, I believe, because, well, Aphrodite's patrolling here. Oh my god, he's not going to get out of this, is he? Oh, the transport has been spotted, and OCC's plans have been foiled, or have they? Will he make it across? Obviously, the speed of these ships are pretty similar. The guys here trying to basically catch this up. They don't know what's in this transport ship. They don't know what it could be. It might be some archers. It might be some scouts. Who knows? But it's going across, it's making its way, and the transport ship, fortunately, with good pierce armor and quite a lot of health, and hey, I was wrong. He is going to make it across the map. OCC, get hyped, because the landing is teal, quite literally, as Nozo Onodi heads over. But yeah, obviously, ZZ are well aware of this coming in. The scouts are already there. What is he doing? He's gonna send the guys across. It's just like, yeah, there's galleys and there's scouts just gonna come and instantly chase you down. Patton's bringing his villagers over for a couple of extra fists in the fight. And that landing is basically just a sacrifice to the great god, Ukubugu, who is basically just gonna feast upon their souls, and they're dead. That was just a waste, a whole waste. And now Nozo Onodi has gone up to the castle age. He's making fire ships. Alright, he's making fire ships. Nikov fighting against Hey Come On in the south of the map, reasonably close in numbers, but Nikov seems to have the advantage there, and that landing has been dubbed the best landing EU. I would agree very much on that. So ZZ very much with water control at the moment, looking pretty comfortable. Flushing trying to come and snipe some ships, but that's not going to happen. And we got fires coming out for Nozo Onodi, but we know what happens. We know what happens when fire ships come out onto the map. they die, and they don't do their job properly. So this is the thing, players get the fire ships out and they send them in one at a time, and then they wonder why they don't actually do much damage. But we'll see. Hey, come on here, having a little bit of a skirmish. In fact, he doesn't have fletching, so that's really costly. And that fire ship, bam, 1 volley, 2 volleys, and it's nearly dead, doing no damage. Absolutely nothing has come from that fire ship so far. So OCC, their landing was foiled, and unfortunately for those guys, they're not going to have much of an easy time landing again, because as the game goes on, it becomes more and more difficult to pull the landing off. ZZ obviously working quite well together, grouping their ships up and taking control of the map wherever they can, holding down this area quite nicely. Going to head into Zhao Zhu, who, well, is not looking too good at the moment. He's not got many ships left, and he's probably going to lose that fishing ship or not. Are they going to spare that poor fisherman's life? Indeed they will. That's, oh wait, or will they? No, yes, they will. What on earth happened there? How did that fishing ship survive? I would love to know. But the transport ship is still alive, and Nozowanodi, well, he might just try it again or not, because Patton's going to just come in and ruin his day. Oh my god, he's going to lose the villager as well. Nozowanodi. Oh my goodness me. I've never seen such bad landing attempts in my life. Oh my god. I mean, like, the villager literally went into the ship and then it was sunk before it even moved. What is he doing? Oh, well, you know, he's I don't even know anymore. What are they going to do? They're losing the water really badly. Nozowanodi he's so stubborn. He refuses to build the second dock, and his team are losing the water so badly. Having a quick look at the population tab. 19 galleys for Patton, 15 for Juan, 27 for Gary, 21 for Nikov, 17 for Zhao Zhu. Not anywhere near the numbers. Heikemon's got 22, which is the same as Nikov, so not too bad there. But Nozowanodi has 2 water military units, and it's just not good enough, man. You need to step it up a gear. He could put up more docks, yeah, he could make more ships, but he's not. We'll see what happens, I guess. I just always assume that OCC have a plan, a comeback strategy or a trick up their sleeve, because they just play so amusingly. All of their strategies are just so off the wall, and I'm kind of half expecting them to just, I don't know, all rush to imp or something, and I don't even know, but I just don't know what to expect from these guys. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make here. So Zhao Zhu and Heikemon massing up together. That's going to be good. They're outnumbering Nikov there, that's for sure. They both have fletching at last as well, but hey, it looks like Nikov might just lose a couple of fishers as well, and these villages on the corner of the map could be at risk. So OCC, definitely some options to come back, but Zhao Zhu losing his docks now. That's 2 down very quickly, and that's pretty painful to see. Obviously, for Zhao Zhu, he's going to have to rebuild those docks. It's a costly endeavor to build a dock, and it's difficult to get back onto the water once you've lost it. And that's why the water control is so important, and so, well, so one unit war, so samey, I guess you could say. So Nozowanodi's castle, we know that. He's been castle already. He's just been booming up. Patton is now up to castle as well. The yellow player here, the Mongol player, building his 2nd and 3rd TC, and probably going for war galley pretty soon as well. In fact, whoa! Nozowanodi, he succeeded! Hurrah! Huzzah! He made it across to the new world with his single villager escorted by Flushing, and he's not gonna kill his transport ship though. Oh, he did. He deleted it. Patton probably saw it though. I mean, look at that. He's in their line of sight. This is what I'm talking about. You can't land on this map without being spotted, because there's just so little shoreline as well. So the scout's coming over. Patton scout 3 health. He's probably gonna die. And Nozowanodi, 3rd time lucky. No. He might kill the scout, though. He's going to achieve something, at the very least. But hey, Patton and Aphrodita, Juan, chasing this villager down. And it's just not today. Again, just not today. You're not going to land these guys. It's just not going to happen. But hey, yeah, the villager there going down. And unfortunately for OCC, that villager dying kind of represents just how this game is going for them. It's just going downhill, and that villager, a symbol of the failures so far of OCC to create a landing in this game. I have no idea, I have no words for what is going on here. Castle Age, though, for pretty much everyone. Hey, come on, and Flushing are going to be the last one up. And still, Nozo Anodi here, still in the Castle Age. He's actually putting up a university now. Perhaps he will make some galleys. Nope. No galleys coming out. Not sure what's going on. Another dock. Oh, okay. More docks coming up. OCC are going into try-hard mode. They are going to try and take the water. They are going to give it everything they've got now. They've realized that this landing funny business doesn't work. And now they are mass-producing galleys, mass-producing docks, and getting those all-important researches done. And doing them as fast as possible. Actually, no war galley coming in from Nozo and Eddie still. Population tabs, obviously, at the moment, all of the ZZ guys have a numbers advantage over the OCC team. That villager finally getting chased down and killed off. But yeah, Zhaozu, the only one for OCC with a decent navy at the moment. Heikemon's got a few galleys, but he's not upgraded them yet because he's only just reached the Castle Age. But Nikov's just like laughing at the moment. He is laughing at Flushing's castle time, I think. These guys getting a little complacent, perhaps. Nozo Anodi, though, going Imperial here. And he has got a ton of docks, actually. That's a lot of docks. And he is going to be the first one up to Imp as well. Question is, will he make much of it? Well, he's got a pretty decent-sized eco. If you ask me, though, that is way too many farms if he's switching into water. He's not going to have any need for this many farms now. Basically, two villagers producing, two town centers producing villagers. He's basically gonna just need about 12 farms. But he's got so many here. I don't know why he's got so many. He's put a lot more villagers onto wood because he needs them. He needs the galleys. He needs the war galleys. Of course, he's just done war galley. He's doing those researches at the blacksmith as well. Perhaps we will see a comeback on the water for OCC. I mean, who knows? Flushing, he's made it up to Castle now, and he is booming up at the back of the map with 4 TCs. Perhaps his teammates can make enough of a diversion for him to get himself back into it. So a pretty big fight going on in the middle of the map. Zhaozu and Heikemon fighting against Gary and Aphrodita Juan, but these guys just so outnumbering them at the moment. And OCC having to retreat. We got a demolition ship out from Zhaozu as well. I'd love to see that work, but unfortunately it's not going to. Gary will kill that before it does any damage at all. As soon as it runs towards them, it will go down, and it's not even running towards them, so GG to that, I guess. But yeah, obviously Nozo Anodi looking to make a big comeback on the water. He's got 15 galleys at the moment, and he is now up to Imperial. Still waiting for him to push that advantage on the water, or not advantage, push that Imperial Age advantage. He's really not done too much this game, let's be honest. Where's that galleon upgrade? He needs a little bit more gold. A little bit more gold. But he's not there yet. But yeah, ZZ just all over the water at the moment. Look at the huge number of ships from ZZ here, crowding around the docks of Nozo Anodi. Nozo Anodi, though, doing the galleon upgrade now. It looks like it's going to complete in time. Brace is on the way out as well, but he's only got 16 units. I don't care if you've got galleon and bracer. 16 versus about 110 galleys right here is not going to end well. And yeah, there are literally 110 galleys in the screen at the moment. Looking at that military tab, There's a total of about 150 plus galleys out on the map for ZZ at the moment. And that galleon upgrade's done. He's going to release the hounds. And then they're going to get cut down in a matter of seconds. And those docks are going to shortly follow as well. And yes, nice attempt getting back on the water, but it just is not going to work. And OCC at the moment are literally just waiting now for the... I'm waiting for the GG from them. I mean, hey, come on, coming back on the water. Maybe he's going to do something. Maybe he's just going to get outnumbered and die again. Who knows? Nozo Anodi unable to produce enough docks and enough galleys, basically. So yeah, I kind of feel like this map is stale. And I just, like I said, it's a one-unit war. It's just all galleys, and I mean, why would there be anything else? Why would there be anything else? So now Heikemon's going to be the next one to feel the wrath of ZZ as they come down south. Imperial Age is on the way for Patton as well. And, well, it's probably not going to be too far away from a few other players either. But Patton, once he reaches Imp, might just try and do a landing. Of course, he's playing as the Mongols here, so the Mongols typically are the Civ to do the landings. And Patton has lots of stone income here, a bunch of villagers taking stone, and in fact taking more stone at the south as well. He's basically just going to go across, land with a castle, and make Mangadai. That's his only job, and OCC have nothing to protect against that. We've got Nozo and Eddie putting up a bunch of siege workshops though, and maybe he's going to try and... okay, he's making a lot of rams. Now, the reason you make rams on a map like this is because rams soak up the arrow fire from the galleys. Now, I know they don't really look like arrows, they are ballistas, but they're classed as arrows, and so they only do 1 damage to rams. The rams can sit on the shore, they can attract the arrow fire from the war galleys, and they can basically sit and tank that whilst Nozo Anodi builds his castle. So that castle is going to go up by the looks of it, and once that goes up he can rebuild his docks, but he doesn't have too much wood at the moment either, and unfortunately his rams are not doing their job too well. His villagers are still getting attacked, but the castle should go up. Meanwhile, in the south of the map, hey, come on, 8 galleys, and ZZ are just wrecking again, taking out the docks before any ships can be built, whilst Gary has pretty much full coverage at the moment of the shoreline, making sure that their landing is protected and successful. So there's Patton and his castle. The Mangadai going to be shortly to follow. And at the south of the map, those docks from Heikemon are just not going to make it up. So it is over at this point in time for OCC. But hey, they are going to keep holding on anyway. We have seen a great comeback on this map in the past, but it's just so unlikely to happen. And ZZ are such a good team. I just don't see how it's going to be possible at this point in time. Only Nozo Anodi is Imperial at the moment for OCC. Flushing is going up now. Imperial Age on the way for Aphrodita and Gary as well. Patton is up, of course, as we know. And those Mangadai are about to make their way out of those castles. Elite Mangadai being done first, of course. But those castles there, obviously going to be very difficult for Zhao Zu to push down whilst he's still in the Castle Age. Castles are so difficult to counter when you're in Castle. So Aphrodita, Gary now in the Imperial Age 2. That's 3 ZZ players versus the 1 for OCC. In the Imperial Age, that is, anyway. And, well, Nozo Anodi's trying to get back onto the water again. He's got 10 galleons. Hey, come on, down to 0 as his docks all get cleaned up. And it's so difficult to get back onto the water. It really is. Nozo Anodi, though, going to do the best he can, I guess. But this raiding from Patton is about to come in and basically end the game for them right there. Because once those Mangadai start coming through, it's going to be so difficult to defend. Zhao Zu, though, putting up that castle there, that's not bad. Obviously, this Mangadai will get a few villager kills before that castle completes. And, in fact, Patton not going to commit. Going to go back and probably build one on the right side instead. But yeah, we've got defensive castles out here for Flushing, and more castles coming up in the eco as well to protect that trade line. Of course, they can't trade back here because those galleons from Gary would be hitting the trade cart, so they're now trading here instead and putting castles up to protect that. But obviously, Once you've got the Imperial Age upgrade done, the Mangudai's coming out, the Ram's probably going to be on the way soon as well. It's an uphill struggle, it really is, for OCC. OCC, Nozo Anodi, a few galleons out, but again being cleared up in a matter of seconds. And with full water control, you cannot really bring it back. But OCC going to keep hanging on in there anyway, and I'm going to speed things up slightly now, because we're only speeding things up to the inevitable. Patton taking out this castle with his trebs. He's probably gonna be having some rams coming out very soon as well. In fact, what was that? Was that someone else's siege workshop? I don't even know. Patton probably, let's have a look. Let's check his siege workshops here. Yeah, caps rams coming out to deal with these castles as well. This castle on the left side, 3 trebs attacking that, and Patton making a bunch of Mangudai inside these castles too, just ready to release them. Still, OCC unable to get back onto the water, and now we've got a landing from Nikov as well. Knight's going over, and it's soon going to be upgraded to Cavalier here for him. So there you go, that castle's down, the TC is now down as well, and the Mangudai are massed up inside of these castles. Drill now being researched as well. Interesting to see that one being done as those trebs now get fired upon. War elephants out for flushing though. They are elite war elephants, and of course the Mangudai are going to have to scramble to the scene here to take those war elephants out. And yeah, they're going to take a little bit of a beating before they fall, I guess. Hey, come on, now up to Imp as well, but those Cavalier already in his base, already killing off his economy, and I feel like OCC just, it's going to be so difficult now, it really is. So those Rams coming in, going to take down those castles as fast as they can, but hey, the Siege Elephants are just fantastic still, tanking a ton of arrows with 620 health and 3+4 pierce armor. Yeah, they're going to get taken out very slowly. But hey, they're going to get taken out nonetheless. And in fact, Patton's getting a little bit of a sling now from Gary. And he's making 4 Mangudai at a time. Obviously, Flushing cannot make elephants forever. He's going to run out of resources very quickly. But now, for the time being, he is making some of the elephants, or as many as he possibly can. But hey, these elephants are up against an increasingly large amassed army of Mangudai. That is difficult to fight. Nikov, Cavalier, probably Paladin fairly soon. A lot of villagers dying for hey, come on. And this is what happens when you lose water. It's an uphill struggle from there. These 3 castles from Patton still standing strong. And this castle here, well, it might just go down with this extra ram coming forwards. Maybe or maybe not. Surrounded by the war elephants. It's unable to take the castle down. And the castle survives with just 300 health. Siege ram coming in again, though. And that has to go down now. Surely. But nope. Siege rams dealt with by the war elephants there. Well played. We have got more galleons coming over on the shoreline though, and these Mangudai continuing to pile out of these castles. Conscription now being done as well here, but of course Patton doesn't want to be forced back here. He's making quite a lot of rams. He really would like to take these castles down, but hey, look at this. Aphrodite landing now. We've got elite Mamelukes coming through, and if there's one thing that'll take down an elephant, it's an elite Mameluke. Fantastic unit. Attack bonus against cavalry, a really high base attack, and obviously decent. They do melee damage as well, so decent damage against a war elephant as well. So the Mamelukes really the men for the job here as this castle falls and OCC just lose more and more ground. Mass pikemen and halbs in the south of the map to counter these cavalier, and OCC really don't want to die, do they? I don't blame them, I guess. But in the north of the map, this push with the Mameluke now coming in with these siege rams with drill, it just does not seem likely the OCC are going to be able to pull this one back. How is that going to happen? It just simply is not. It's GG, and hey, come on knows it. They're calling it now. And OCC, they put up a valiant fight on the land. I'm not sure what their overall strategy was. Obviously, their landing attempt was unsuccessful, and that is rather unfortunate. They tried 3 times, and they were caught red-handed 3 times. But maybe if the landing had worked, it could have been a different story altogether. We don't know. But OCC residing, and they are calling GG. well played on the defense here, though, on the island. But ultimately, ZZ, it's just such a good team, a very strong team. Some seriously good players for ZZ out there. And Zhao Zu now just waiting for him to resign before the game ends. And ZZ are going to take their second victory. Wow. Okay. He really wants to take these castles out. OCC have always got something up their sleeve. Like I said, they've always got some kind of a plan. Siege Ram just being researched, but they're running straight into Manganai and Mameluke. And if there are two units that you don't want to run your Rams into, it's Manganai and Mamelukes. So there you go. GG. OCC going to lose that one. And I mean, I feel like that game went on a little bit longer than it should have done, because honestly, OCC had lost that from the moment they lost the water. But hey, they gave it a shot and they kept it up. So anyway, game number 3 then going to be coming right up. I just need to update the score.